This is Jeremy Phillips from FindingYourChurch.com, and I want to thank you for taking a few minutes of your valuable time to learn about a strategy that can increase the flow of new guests and visitors coming through the front door of your church. If you have ever felt like there was something more that you could do or should be doing to have more visitors, then this information will give you at least one more idea and strategy to use that most churches are not even aware is an issue. The great part is that when you fix this for your church, it becomes an automated visitor-getting strategy that works for you from that point on. So when a church does not have this in place, it is a definite problem that is potentially stopping new visitors from finding your church. So not only am I going to reveal to you what the problem is, I'm also going to let you know about a solution that I can help you with that will fix it. What I have found over the past few months connecting with pastors and churches is that most churches already have a strong online presence. Most churches have a website, and a lot of them are really amazing. Most churches even have an app, and nearly all have some sort of social media strategy. But even though most churches have a lot of these online strategies in place, many are still extremely frustrated with the number of new visitors coming through the doors of their churches. The reason the lack of new visitors is frustrating is because pastors are thinking to themselves, I have a website, I have an app, I have social media in place, I even have a staff member working on this. Why aren't we connecting to people in our community who are looking for or needing a church? Well, I can assure you that I do not have the complete answer to that question. There can be many reasons for this in your specific situation, but I do have one answer that is an issue for nearly every church, but most do not even realize that it is a problem for them. One of the main reasons our church website and online presence is not being seen as much as it could be in our local communities is because most churches have not realized that Google treats them like a business. One of the ways Google determines how to increase businesses in Google for local search terms related to their business is by assessing how well it has claimed and optimized its local business directory listings like Google Business, Bing Places, Merchant Circle, Manta, the online Yellow Pages, and many, many more. Google does this with churches too, but most churches do not realize this. So when Google looks at your church listings on these local business directory sites and sees that, number one, your church listings are claimed and in your control, and they provide a way to do this on all of the different sites. Number two, your church listings are consistent. Google wants to see that your church is open and that your online presence is being managed by a real person or a company. And one of the ways it determines this is how consistent your church name, address, phone number, and website is across these directory sites. When it is consistent, Google knows that it was probably not an accident and that someone is actively managing these listings, which means that it can confidently promote your church overall because it can trust that you are open, and if it sends new visitors to your church, they will not show up to closed doors. And the number three thing that Google is looking for is that it wants to see that a person or company has fully filled in the profile information for the listings on the local business directories, including adding full descriptions, a logo for your church, and pictures of your church that you feel best represents you. So fully completing these listing profiles gives further confirmation to Google that it can confidently promote your church in Google search terms related to churches in your area. Yes, there are very technical things that you can do to your website to increase in local search terms related to your church. And if you can get that done, you should. And I may even be able to help you with that as well. But claiming, correcting, and optimizing these local business directory listings is a well-known solution that businesses have to use to maximize and increase their online visibility in their local area. And it works. Now, everyone's situation is different, of course, and I'm not saying that if you fix this, that the floodgates will open and visitors will stream in beginning next week. This is something that once you put it into place, will take time to take full effect across all of the listings and make the most difference for you. But here's what I know. A while back, I redesigned the church website for the church I attend because we wanted it to be more accessible for mobile devices, and that's something that definitely Google is looking for right now. And if you don't have a responsive or a mobile viewable website that looks great on mobile devices, you need that. And if you do need that, you can contact get found at findingyourchurch.com. Contact me, Jeremy Phillips, and I can help you get that as well. But everyone has a church website, right? So that helped, but typically when you redesign the website, that does not guarantee new visitors or rising in Google search. So around the same time, I also had my church do exactly what I'm encouraging you to do. We claimed and optimized as many of these listings as possible using the same process that I am offering to you. We have seen a huge increase in new visitors over the past few months after doing that. Obviously, not all of them, are showing up because of fixing this issue. And of course, it helps that we've been able to work to get our church website to #1 or nearly #1 for our local church search terms. But part of what helped us get to #1 was claiming and optimizing our local business directory listings, which then gave Google more confidence in us to raise our website and our local listings in Google search, giving us a much larger local presence in Google, which has given us many more new visitors as a result. Again, it was not instant, and it was not the only factor. The increase happened over a few months, but it happened. And many of these new visitors have said that they found us online. They did not know anyone from the church, but were completely 100% introduced to the church because we were easy to find online. I believe a large part of it is because we are cooperating with what Google wants. The good part of that is that you can do this too. Now, I offer a service at findingyourchurch.com that takes the work out of this process for you. And even though it is possible that you can claim and optimize these yourself, I would not recommend it. It takes a lot of time and is a very tedious and detailed process to do it correctly. And plus, you have to figure out the system and the process for each of these local business directory sites, which is extremely annoying and time consuming. So to get the maximum benefit out of this, you definitely want to do it correctly. If you don't, you will just waste your time. So I call this the Church Roadmap Package because doing this process literally helps increase your presence on Google Maps, in Google Search, and in the local business directories themselves. And it also creates a clearer pathway for visitors to find your local church. You can find the details about the Church Roadmap Packages and get a free online visibility scan for your church at findingyourchurch.com/free scan. Now, there are two main church roadmap packages that we offer, and I'm also going to let you know about some free bonuses that I am including if you act now. So the first is the total package. This includes claiming and optimizing your Google Business, Bing, and Yahoo listings along with around 50 of your listings in the top local business directories, plus submission to what are called data aggregators, which feed even more of your contact info about your church to online directories. The second is the Top 50 package, which just includes claiming and optimizing your listings in around 50 of the top local business directories, plus submitting your church contact information to the data aggregators. And so this package is for someone who may have, your Google Business page, Yahoo and Bing pages where you want them, but you want to do the other local business directories as well. So just a note about the aggregators. These data aggregators are websites that do just that. They aggregate contact information from businesses and churches and then spread that information online and even to the local business directory listings themselves that we are working to claim and optimize. So if your church information is wrong on these data aggregator websites, it will be wrong many other places online, which will work against you getting the consistency you need for Google to have confidence in your church to raise your ranking in search terms related to churches in your area. And so we work to fix your data aggregator problem no matter which of the two packages that you choose. Like I said earlier, this is not an instantaneous solution. It begins working over time after you correct and optimize your listings to improve your ranking in local church-related search terms. So when you get a church roadmap package at findingyourchurch.com/free scan, I'm also going to give you a couple of free bonuses that will help people in your community find your church who are looking for a church, but also it will help people find you who are not looking for a church. How awesome would that be to have people find and visit your church who were not even looking for a church? This free bonus I'm giving you will help that to potentially happen. So the first free bonus I'm giving you that will help people who are looking for a church decide whether or not they can trust your church enough to visit is this. You see, part of the total package involves claiming and optimizing your Google Business page listing. And this listing is actually the most important of all your local business directory listings because you are working directly with Google on their Google Business pages to improve your church online when you use its system to promote your church. Some of you may already have your Google Business page claimed and optimized, but whether you have that or not, you're going to need people in your congregation to leave positive reviews on your Google business page once you have it in your control. And if you are not sure what these pages are, if you don't know what we're talking about, they're the ones that typically show up at the very top of Google searches in a group of 3 or so before you get to the actual Google search listing. So if you search churches in your area, you will see at least 3 of these probably at the very top. So 2 things happen when you get positive reviews on your church Google business page. Number 1, Google realizes people are interacting with your page, so you must be open and worth interacting with and promoting. So the more of these reviews you get, the more likely Google is to raise your Google business page in local church-related search terms. Number 2, when real people find your Google business page and read the positive reviews, it gives them confidence that real people attend and enjoy being a part of your church. We have had people visit the church I'm currently attending just because they read a positive review on our Google business page. But positive reviews do not happen by accident. You need to actively encourage people in your church to leave them and give them an easy way to do it. Negative people will go to any length to leave a negative review, but positive people, people who are happy, are not typically that motivated. You have to make it easy. So, as a free bonus, when you get a church roadmap package, either one of the 2 main packages, I will also give you 250 professionally printed 6-inch by 2-inch glossy 2-sided cards that have your logo and contact information on one side and an explanation telling people how to most easily leave a review on your church Google business page. These will be printed and shipped directly to your church. So Facebook is another excellent place for people to leave a positive review, so I will also include a link and a QR code to your Facebook page to encourage reviews there as well. The second free bonus you will receive when you get a church roadmap package is designed to get new visitors into the doors of your church who are not looking for a church. I have created a guide with step-by-step instructions for an online strategy that helps you get new visitors into your church who are not currently looking for a church. Let's be honest, most church websites and even the local business directory listings that we're talking about claiming will only work for people who are actually searching for churches in your area. This strategy guide that I'm going to give you as a free bonus is designed to help your church get found in local search terms for things like schools, restaurants, banks, and other types of businesses. It is designed to help your church get found by people searching for those things in your area and people who are new moving into your local community. Some of these people will obviously be looking for new churches, but many will be unchurched, and you can actually have an online tool in place that gets your church in front of these unchurched people 24 hours a day. It's called the Moving to the Area Strategy Guide, and it will be yours free when you get one of the 2 main church roadmap packages. So you can get more details on the pricing of the packages and run a free scan of your church visibility on these local business directories that we've been talking about at findingyourchurch.com/free scan. So on this page, you're going to find 2 things. First, you can get a free online visibility scan for your church to give you a better idea of how consistent your church name, address, and phone number currently are across these business directories. It does not give you the full picture because it does not show how complete your profiles are, but it is a starting point to give you a visual idea of where you currently stand. Second, there is a place for you to get a church roadmap package for your church and take advantage of the 2 free bonuses so that you can get the 250 free positive review cards and the Moving to the Area PDF strategy guide. So if you purchase, all I will need from you is some church contact information, a church logo, and 10 or so pictures that you feel best represent your church. I will take care of the rest. So right now you may be ready to take action, or you may just want a free scan to give you a better idea of where your church currently stands online. Either way, go to findingyourchurch.com/free scan to get started. So thanks for taking the time to listen. Whatever strategies you decide to use to help potential new guests find and visit your church, do something intentional to help your church get found.